Hello. So yeah, we're back here again, Sunday night stream. So yeah, so how is everyone doing? I'm not too sure. Hang on, if is it coming up at the side there, the chat? Hang on. Yeah, it should be. But it doesn't seem to be working. Normally it has the chat on the side there, doesn't it? I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what's happened. Hang on. Can't see the chat. I don't know why that is not on there. Yeah, I don't know why the chat hasn't come up. Let me just put a message in. It's coming up. Oh, it's a disaster tonight. Already. I don't know why it's not. There's no chat bar coming up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working now. I don't know what I've done or what happened, but yeah, chat bar's working now. I can see that. Let's get some light in here. Oh, no, maybe not. There we go. So, what does everyone want to talk about this week? Like I said, in terms of what's coming out, I think we covered that last time. I think the Starsky and Hutch is due to be tested this month at some point. The Knight Rider is also due out at some point as well through Fanhome. That one won't be in the newsagents. It'll only be available on like subscribing at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know of anything else. I know Wayne said there was there's a new IXO model coming out, and obviously he wouldn't say what it was because obviously he's under a sort of an embargo or whatever. You can't say because of information leaked or whatever. Also, as well, I'm not lagging at all, am I? And everyone can hear me, okay? Yeah, I'm not lagging, am I at all? Yeah, so the only ones I can think of it being was the Morris Minor or the Nissan NSX, because they're the only two vehicles that have been that were on display at the IXO booth that haven't come out yet by any company. So, hi Jay, yeah, that's good then. But yeah, he said about the next model coming out from IXO. Like I said, the only two I know that haven't actually come out yet that IXO previewed the last time they had a toy fair, which was in 2018, which was a while ago, was the Morris Minor and the Nissan NSX. So I'm wondering if it could be either one of them. I know people were saying it could be the Land Rover, but I've heard nothing about that. It might be, but I don't. I think it's going to be one of the two I just said, or it could be something else. But yeah, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Nissan NSX. If you don't know what that Nissan is, sort of like a sports coupe sort of thing. Yeah, the Morris Minor Traveller. Is that the one with the box on the back with the wooden struts? Because that's the one I was talking about. yeah, I put it on the WhatsApp group actually. But yeah, those two were previewed. Those two will come out as part works, but that's all we know. So what I reckon one of them is going to come out through IXO, and they both could actually. But yeah, either one. But yeah, like I said, I don't know which one, and Wayne's obviously knows but won't tell anyone. So yeah, it's all good. But yeah, it's either the Nissan NSX or the Morris Minor Traveller. I think it is. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Traveller. Yeah, it's the boxy Morris Minor one. I did share the images on, like I said, on the WhatsApp group, so people on that group will obviously seen that. There was another car there, a yellow one, and the boxy Renault one, which we know that have come out. But the yellow one, I don't know much information about that. I couldn't see what it was. But yeah, the other two there are definitely gonna, I would imagine, would come out. But yeah, what I've been doing this week, I've been doing the Enterprise build this week. I've done issue 5 of the Enterprise build, and this week I'll be doing issue 6. So obviously I'll be releasing each stage as a video, but issue 6 I'll be doing stage 19. That is issue 6. The first one is stage 19. I've heard the horror stories, so I'm going to see how I get on with that one. Hi Alex, how's it all going? Jay, probably the Citroen SM might come out in France next year. Oh right, okay. I've not actually seen pictures of that one, though I'll probably have somewhere. Have you seen Jay? Talking about in this sense, have you seen the van, the silver van that came out? I can't remember off the top of my head what I know it's a Citroen, but it's like a van, a big boxy van. I can't remember much more about it. And did anyone actually build the camper van? There was a camper van build not too long ago, wasn't there? I wonder if anything came of that. Captain Alex, hi. I was wondering if Hachette Partworks will release Iron Man Mark 4, 5, and 6. I don't know. Let's just stick to the one first and how that pans out. But I think they would probably be better off doing the Hulkbuster. I don't really know why they chose the Mark III either. I don't know why they didn't go for is it the Mark 25 or the Mark 45, the one that was in Endgame, or why they didn't go for the one that's in Iron Man 3, the Mark 42. I think the colours on them are a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know why they chose the Mark 3, but the Mark 4, 5, and 6, there's only slight differences between. I think it's to do with the arc reactors triangle. I reckon you could probably modify the armor. I mean, it'd be probably easy to change the color scheme and probably get a different chest plate. It actually might be worth looking into. If anyone's watching and they do mods, it might be worth looking into the mods. You know what I mean? Doing a mod where you can change the panels on it, because obviously it's still the same thing. It's just a different color. So looking good, mate. Thank you. Over the moon. Or moon over, should I say? Hiya, how's it going? Good morning. Yeah, all the way over there. But yeah, I remember. So they did a camper van. I wonder if anyone actually built that. I think you can only get it in France, but I was wondering if anyone saw or could build that, or built it, I should say. I know there was a build out as well, wasn't there? One with a caravan. So there's lots of builds out there, lots and lots. But yeah, obviously this week I'm going to be doing the Enterprise build. So wish me luck on that one. A good mod would be changing the color and adding a couple of parts. And you may have a War Machine. Yeah, once again, it's still the base model. You've got to think that the Iron Man itself is the base for everything else. So I think if you could mod it, you could definitely mod it as that. Definitely. We know that it's being extended. I don't know if anyone knows this. I know it's being extended 40 issues to add the battle damage sections. So yeah, I think it's 100 issues, and then it's going to be extended 40 issues to get the battle damage sections. All I know from that is it will have the battle damage chest and the legs and arm bits. Not too sure about the helmet, but I would imagine so at 40 issues that we might have a different sort of head to it. But they are definitely bringing out the battle damage sections for it. I do know that. But yeah, I don't. I was thinking about that with the RoboCop actually. Obviously, doing the RoboCop, I was thinking, would they extend it to add the damage parts where he was damaged at the end of the first RoboCop movie? So like the chest and stuff like that. You can obviously take the helmet off. But yeah, with the bullet holes through the chest plate and stuff like that. I'm wondering if they could, they might extend it to add those sections later on at the end of the build, like they tend to do with a lot of these builds. They tend to add more onto them, don't they? Sections onto them later on to keep you buying. I still think the Enterprise is probably going to be extended as well, to have the Dreadnought sections, the third nacelle. I still think they will extend that. They did it with the DeLorean. And we're nearly. What issue are you on the Ecto now? Is it issue 29? I think I saw someone saying issue 29. I think most people have got issue 29, but they're waiting for issue 28, if I remember rightly. But yeah, what is that? Is that 32 or 36 issues? Or boxes, I should say. So you're near the end now. You've got to be right near the end of the Ecto. I've still got. Do you know what? I've got to get on to the. I've got to get on with my Ecto because I'm quite far behind on that now. But with everything else building, I'll probably leave that right now till right near the end. Finish off one of the other builds as well, I think. Hi John, how's it going? But yeah, I did. I don't really know, but yeah, I do expect the Enterprise probably to be extended. Whether or not the Ecto will be or not, that's another thing. I mean, they could. I suppose they could extend it, couldn't they, to do the Ghostbuster 2 version. But all of that's on top, isn't it? And it looks like actually the Ecto. It looks like you're building the top section last with what all you've got so far. All looks like obviously you're building it upwards, it looks like. So you've got the framework, and then obviously after that will be the rack on the top. They should definitely extend the RoboCop. That would be really good. You could also add the arm gun and jetpack. Yeah, from RoboCop 3. I mentioned this to someone. I can't say much more, but they're working on it. I don't think they're going to add those bits to it because the one that we're building is from the first RoboCop movie, and obviously if you've watched it, you'll know that the paintwork is different in each movie. So I don't know if it would match up properly, if you know what I mean. Definitely for the battle damage sections, they could definitely do, but with the other bits, I'm not too sure. John Modelmate, do you know when you'll receive the premium base for Iron Man? Right. So the Iron Man's premium base, if that's what you got, it arrives in 3 sections. You build it. You build the base, and I think the first section you get is around box 13 or 14. And then later on you get another 2. I'm not too sure on the numbers on them, but you do build the premium base. It doesn't come as one thing. You get part of it, which you then build, and then you get another part of it. It comes in 3 sections, and you get those parts delivered to you. But yeah, it comes in 3 sections, and you get them as the build goes along. But I'm not too sure. Like I said, I think it's box 13 or 14 you get them. I know box 16 or 17 around that time, you also get the Bluetooth speaker as well, which people in France have started to get and are selling. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The Citroen H-Fan is brilliant build. Love the details of the build, and yes, I would love to do the camper car. Both brilliant partworks. Yeah, are they finished now over there? I've never seen one of them complete. I know that's the thing about these partworks and a lot of the partwork groups is that a lot of people post stuff. Then when it gets to like about midway, it all dies. It completely dies off. Not a lot of people post after that. That's what I've noticed anyway. There's not a lot of people now posting on the enterprise group. Only the few. Now, obviously, I think it was Pack-10 most people are up to and showing you what it's like. But there doesn't seem to be the interaction as there was right at the very start. It does it with all partworks. But yeah, I never saw the end of that one. I'm in a group, the partwork car group, and no one's posted anything like that, or the H-Fan either. Yeah, that's an interesting one really, because I've never seen them complete. I know they didn't, but I've never seen anyone complete them. So, but yeah, the premium base. Get back on the premium base. Yeah, so it comes in 3 parts, and you get the 3 parts in the packs as you go along. So both of them are finished now, Dave. Like, yeah, I would imagine so. But like I said, I've never seen any like a completed version. I've never seen a completed one. Captain Alex, I still don't get why the Mark III men's suit is popular to build, but we can clearly see that the Mark II has some screen time. Yeah, the Mark II is the silver version, isn't it? In fact, someone in France has done that. They've actually just like buffed it away, buffed the paint away from the one that they've got, and then they've just put rivet marks. They've cut rivet marks into it. It looks really good. I'll see if I can find some pictures and post it in the Iron Man group that I've made. But yeah, the Mark II, I know that's someone, like I said, I believe someone done or is building one like that, because I see someone had done the chest, the head, and the arm, or both of the arms, with like pure metal, so it looks really nice. That's the Mark II. But yeah, I'm just wondering if they went with the Mark III because it was in the first movie. That's the only thing I can suggest. But like I said, I would have thought they'd gone with like a more up-to-date one, the Mark 40, the Mark 45, I think. Is that the one that's in Endgame? Or the golder version, like I said, the Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. But yeah, the only reason I think is just because it's from the first movie. Just the same with the RoboCop as well. They're building it from the first movie. Terminator as well is from the first movie. The Alien that I'm building is also from the first movie, because the Alien design is actually different in every single movie. And the one we're building is the one with the sort of semi-transparent skull head, which only appeared in the very first movie. So post a link for your Iron Man group, please. I'm sure someone there might, but if you go on Facebook and you go on the Nexus Facebook page and you go along and click groups, you can see all the groups that I've made there, and the Iron Man one's there. You've got Dodge Charger as well, Enterprise, all that sort of stuff. Check out 2059 model for the model home and H-Fan. I do follow him, but I think he gets shuffled. You know, You know, I follow him on Instagram, and I think he gets shuffled a lot. You know, when you click on there and you just miss stuff. It's the same with Twitter as well. You just miss a load of information and stuff. Yeah, the Mark 50. Ah, right, okay, it's the Mark 50. So I was well off. I was well away from that. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't do those ones. But yeah, I was looking as well. There was a lot of criticism on it on the French side because it's not actually that articulated. So even though it can move its arms and stuff, apparently you're quite limited on certain things, especially with the hands and like all that sort of posing and stuff like that. I remember they were talking about it on the French side and saying that it's not as articulated as they would have hoped or would have liked. I think they should have gone with more ball joints. It's just a sort of a mechanism arm here, isn't it? It's just like a mechanism just here. What it should have really been is a ball joint either end. That way you would have been able to get a lot more movement out of it. But yeah, I know that there's problems with the leg joint and the arm joint. I know some people have had actually problems with the arm joint here in the UK, with it being very limp or not tightening and stuff like that. But yeah, I would have gone with the same technique they've done in the arm, which is the ball joint. That's where I would have gone with. It's the same technique they use in Hot Toys, and you can get a more sort of range of movement with it, with the ball joints than you can with like a fixed. Because even though it's fixed here, you can't. You know what I mean? It's there's no way of sort of getting it in certain positions. But still good, still good. Resale thing, something that come up just recently, actually, within the last hour or so. Someone was asking how much they want to sell their T800, their Terminator, and they were looking at the price range and how much they should sell it for. I've seen a few go for around the £500-400 mark. When I posted that, and I've seen some go for that price, I was basically laughed out of the chat. There is a few. I've seen a few actually on eBay for around the £800 mark. You know, these part works do not make money. Done them many times now. But they whatever you pay, you halve that, and that's what roughly that the part works will make you if you sell them. So it's a loss. It is a loss. Obviously, I don't sell any of my models, but I know some people do, expecting there to be sort of a money in it, but there just isn't. Even if you built it, it's, you know, but then again, it's only worth what someone's willing to pay. So you could get what you want for it, but you might be waiting a while. But yeah, I was just wondering what everybody else felt about the second-hand market for the models, because I see a lot of people actually, since the Routemaster went back up on Agora. I've seen a lot more activity on the Routemaster Facebook pages, and a lot of people are buying ones that they've bought off, say, Marketplace or Gumtree or a place like that, and they're paying like £300. I think there was one in auction as well, and the one at auction went for like £100. Madness, absolute madness. But yeah, it's really strange that Agora is starting to do the Routemaster, and then everyone's sort of buying them. And there's like loads of activity on the Facebook group, which is brilliant. But yeah, I can see a lot of people buying up the Routmasters, and there seems to be quite a lot for sale. I didn't realise there's lots of half-built ones, and there's a few that I've seen, and the price really wavers. But like I said, the most I've seen the less I've seen is about £100. And that was one that was in auction, which I saw a link for. And when I clicked on it, it finished. I think it went for like £100. A finished built Routemaster that we built from Hachette with lights and everything. Though I didn't think it had the figurines with it. Considering Agora are selling it to build, and it'll be over, what is it, £1,200. I mean, you can pick one up cheap. It's the same. Actually, it's the same with the R2D2. You know, £300 for an R2D2 from D'Agostini. Obviously, Fanhome are doing it. Once again, I've seen a lot of interest in wanting to pick it up and stuff. I'll get some more light in here. In wanting to pick up these part works. So, but yeah, I've never really understood the pricing of them, but they do not hold up on price, these part works. They really don't. Even if you're first out the block. So if you finish it and put it straight up for sale, you're still not gonna. You've got to think. I think it also comes down. There's a few factors. One, I think the majority of the people that want these are already building them. So you're selling to people that are really already built it. I see a lot of people actually have more than one Routemaster. Dave Say, he's got, I think he's got 3 or 4, if I remember rightly, all different, I believe. And yeah, and then obviously they're shipping as well. Trying to ship these models out is a no-no, I would have thought, because it'd just be broken. So you'd have to get someone local to come pick it up. And that obviously costs as well. So yeah, the Routemaster was a brilliant build of Hachette, and it's looking at being more expensive with Agora. Well, yeah, Agora seems to be. I said this on my Patreon live stream. On my Patreon live stream, I said that someone was saying whether they should get the fire truck or the Routemaster. I would get the Routemaster. The reason is because you're getting both of them are actually the same price, but you're getting more for your money with the Routemaster. It's a bigger model. It's got more functions, but the fire truck is small, really small in terms of part works. But you're paying the same price. So I think if you're juggling about the two, and also John, with the Routemaster, obviously it's a brilliant build. I've done it, but it suffers heavily on the electrics. None of my electrics work on mine. I decided very early on that I wasn't going to bother with the electrics, so none of the electrics work on my Routemaster, but it's still a great build. Alex, the second-hand market there is no value in selling unless you need the money, of course. Yeah, they should be worth around what we paid for them, but unfortunately not. No, of course they're not. No, I do it. This is how I value them, and that is they're like buying a Porsche and then driving it until it's dead nearly, and then trying to sell it. The problem is, like I said, I think the main problem with the part works and selling them is, one, it's transport, but two, I think the people who want to buy these are people who have already made it. And the people that are buying them either can't be bothered to wait to build it, so they just buy it straight up, so already build, or people that missed out on it and then they're buying it as well. I mean, if you're savvy, if you're really savvy, you don't like the building and all that sort of stuff, just wait until they're finished, and then someone will sell one, and then you will get it a lot cheaper. Agora Routemaster has no figures included. Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know that. It doesn't have any figures. Why? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I've got all my figures on my bus. My daughter told me where they had to be put, so that's where they are. But I'm surprised with that, considering the price. You would have thought that it'd be everything, including the figurines. But yeah, so you're getting less, really. Not well. It depends on how you want to display it. And I know when the Routemaster was in full swing, people were selling the figurines left, right, and centre. Sold separately, so even more money if you want the figures. Wow. I still, like I said, I still think it. The Route Master is where the money is. If you're deciding which one, get the Route Master. You get more for your money. That's what I heard. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's really strange. I don't know why they would sell them differently. With Agora, they should definitely price these models better. Smaller models should be cheaper, like per month. 20, yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to look at the fire truck in terms of size. So I look at it as in terms of size. Now the Route Master and the fire truck are the exact same price. Yeah, I feel the Route Master is a bigger model and looks better, personally. But the fire truck's really small. Though it does come with a nice diorama. Now is that extra money for the diorama? I weren't too sure. Or was that part of the build? That was something else I didn't really understand. It said it comes with a diorama, but I weren't like a little bit like the plasma rifle with the Terminator. They sold separately, didn't they? I'm wondering whether the diorama is separate. If they're offering it separate, a bit like the figurines sort of thing. But yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. I know a lot of people didn't want the figurines, and some people did. But to not include them when they were in the original build, because would that mean the numbers lower? Because obviously some of the issues were just the figures. So does that mean that it's less than 100 issues? Yeah. Yeah, well, that's shocking. You get the figures with the Route Master and didn't split it up. That just gives him a bad name and a reputation of putting on the Agora tax. Yeah, yeah. I've not dealt with Agora. I do find them very expensive, though. I have to say, yeah. Actually, it was 130 issues. Route Master Agora will be 120 issues. So no figures. Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, I couldn't remember the numbers. I know that they were there, but at least 10. Like I said, at least 10 of the issues were the figures. So they've cut it down, but you're paying more than you did originally. So you're paying more money than it was when it originally come out, and you're getting less. Is that right? It doesn't look good, does it? But like I said, the thing that gets me is just how small the fire truck is compared to the Route Master. Yet they want the same price for them. Yeah, I haven't had an Agora model yet. Just a little overpriced for me at the moment. Yeah, and actually, I was talking to someone who was messaging me through Facebook on the Nexus. He was saying that every model that Agora have done are re-releases. In fact, when we were talking, the Cobra, I think, is the only original model that they've done. Every other model that they've done is based. It's been slightly modded from a model that's already come out. So you've got the fire truck that's already been released. That was released, I think it was in 2007, 2008 in Italy by the Agostini. The Zero, that's just a modified Spitfire. It's the same basic design, just with, I do believe, with a certain different parts and obviously the colouring. The Super Snake, once again, that's just a GT500, which they've done lots of them. I've got my wife built the original GT500 from Agora, not from Agora, from D'Agostini years ago. But since then, we've got the Eleanor, the Super Snake, and Eaglemoss are bringing out another one, the GT version, in racing green. So yeah. Obviously, they've got the Terminator and the Bismarck. Once again, they're not original, but I suppose this is how they all start out. But at the moment, I don't think they've done anything that hasn't come out before. So yeah, £100 for 12 months. Yeah, I know that's £100 a month for 12 months, 1,200. Yeah, it's it's pricey. That's why I like getting from newsagents. That is why I'm going to be getting the Iron Man from the newsagents, just because it's financially easier. You know what you're getting each week. You get something to build each week and stuff like that. That's why I like the news agents. Jay, they like to extend Partworks. The original Citroen CCV was 100 issues, 2 years. Now it's 110, so it's 10 extra. Yeah, they do that. The reason they extend them is to get more money out of you. That's why. Because they can keep the price down of each issue, but just instead of upping the price of each issue, so say like with the Terminator, I think it was $8.99 an issue. So instead of charging $10.99 or $9.99 an issue, they just increase the number. Yeah, the number of issues. So they still get more money, but we just pay the lesser money, which it sort of works out. I think I found it quite funny that Agora was charging 100 for the plasma rifle. Yeah. And it's still, I think it's still on Hachette's website for 50. Or better still, if you're savvy, you would go onto eBay or one of the Facebook groups, and someone will probably be selling it there. In fact, I do believe one of the Partworks people, I'm not too sure, is it if it's Partworks or something like that, do a 3D printed one that you can buy, and I think that's quite cheap as well. £50 a month, 11. Yeah, there you go. I know Agora was desperate to get the DeLorean and Ecto, but Eagles won't budge. No, they shouldn't really. I know the DeLorean, September, I think it's September 14th, the DeLorean gets offered as a full kit. I think it's 1,200. And they send you the full kit. And if that does well, I've been told that they will offer that with the Ecto once it finishes, and the Enterprise as well. But yeah, that I think it's the 14th of September they start shipping that, where you can buy the whole build of one. But yeah. Burgers, hi, sorry for late. I was watching. That's all right. We're just here chatting. There's still time. Any news on any of your Partworks? Right. For the UK, I'm the only things I know about from the UK is the Starsky and Hutch. Now that will be from a Hachette. I think it's a Torino, isn't it? Is it a Torino? I don't know. Anyway, the car from Starsky and Hutch is getting tested this month from Hachette. Don't know where, but obviously keep it in the Nexus. And once I find out, I'll let everybody else know. If you're in the area where it's being tested, and the Knight Rider is due out now. Originally, Fan Home said it was going to be August, the end of August. Now they said it to me. They haven't given me a date, but they have said that it's imminent. So it's very close to coming out. So that's Knight Rider. Ford Torino, yeah, it's the Torino. I thought it was. Well done, Burgess. You're all on the on it there. 2CP Citroen was around $5.99 to $7.99 issue, depending on currency exchange when it originally came up. Yeah, so what they tend to do, like with the Terminator, I think it was 120 issues. I think they could have kept it at 100 issues, but it meant probably charging us probably $11.99 or $10.99 an issue, which some of us might have gone, well, that's a bit expensive. But by doing it by $8.99 and just extending it another 20 issues, they're still going to get the same money. We just have to build it a little bit longer, and they still get the same money. I think that's what happens now. But they've sort of scaled back. So the RoboCop and the Alien build are both 100 issues, but they're both different prices. So the Alien build is $11.99 an issue in France. So €11.99, and the RoboCop is €10.99. So they have put the price up, but they've kept the build number down to the same number, if you know what I mean. They haven't extended it, but I do expect them to extend the RoboCop, just like they are with the Iron Man as well. Also, as well, it's worth noting with the Iron Man, anyone building that you're going to be given 2 pelvis. So the pelvis section, you're going to be given 2 different versions, because like I said right at the start of the video, it lacks in articulation, and that is so you can articulate it in sort of powerful mode, you know, where he's got his fist on the floor, and stand mode, and it needs two different hip versions for that, so they can like swap out. But yeah, you'll get two versions of that. I think the Iron Man could be done in 20 issues. Tell me about it. What is it? Issue 26, just a finger, isn't it? Madness. Though saying that, the Robocop is built the exact same way, so I'm expecting one issue just to be a finger as well. The fingers are built the exact same way as the Iron Man. So the Terminator, would you have roughly paid $8.99 per issue for, or $10.99? Yeah, I would have paid the $10.99, but I think a lot of people might have been put off if that was the case. But I think that is why they've extended them, if you know what I mean. They've kept the price low because the $8.99 price is a price that we've paid for part works from them for a while, but they haven't increased their price. I do believe there is a price increase though if they bring anything new out. I know there has been in France. There's definitely been a price increase. So, but yeah, I guessed it. I guessed he. But yeah, the Iron Man, yeah, like you're saying, it could be done in 20 issues, but would you pay what, you know, £45 an issue if it was just 20 issues? That's the sort of thing you've got to be looking at. 20 boxes maybe of like 4 or 5 issues. This is another thing as well. I've never understood why they only do 4 issues a month. Why don't they do 5? You've got to think as well that sometimes there are 5 weeks in a month and not 4. Yet you get a box a month. This is a thing that a lot of people think that you get a box every 4 weeks. A lot of these companies do a box every month, and some months have 5 weeks. So I think that they twist it. Also, as well, Wayne said on his channel that the Enterprise build was coming out really, really, really quickly. We noticed it as well. And I asked them what was going on, because I said it wasn't that long ago when I paid, and I seem to be paying again. And they said you're on a 21-day payment. So every 21 days, so 3 weeks, every 3 weeks, you get charged for the Enterprise build. I have said this to Wayne, and he said I was right. I think that's what's happening. And I also believe that's what's happening on the Ecto build as well. Because I see a lot of people saying, I only just paid for the parts and I still haven't received them. It's because they're on a 21-day payment thing. So every 3 weeks they take a payment. So you can ring up Eaglemoss and get them to change it. So I guess the Iron Man Robocop are giving you the thing. Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, just a bit. But yeah, I'm excited for it all. So yeah, Eaglemoss payment for Ecto is every 2 weeks. So what's that? £43 every 2 weeks. But do you get your parts? Because I know some people said they paid for issue 20 or stage 28. Issue 28, sorry, issue 28. And then they paid for issue 29, and 29's turned up, and some people are still waiting for issue 28, if I remember rightly, which is the other side of the wing and stuff like that. Zoe said 21 when I asked her for a catch up this summer. Yeah. I was looking at, because I thought you just pay each month, every 4 weeks or whatever. But no, it's every 21 days. But that's only if they've got stock, and I think they're going to. I know they've already said that the DeLorean and Ecto are going to be affected by the global slowdown, but the Enterprise at the moment wasn't affected. So was the Eleanor as well, was affected, but the Enterprise wasn't. But I do expect it to be soon be affected by the turn down as well. Maybe because I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, like I said, I'm well behind on my Ecto build. I've got all the other. I've really put it on the back burner. I will finish it, but I want to concentrate on doing the other things as well, and I will get that finished and uploaded and everything else. But I was thinking when I do it, I might just do it as a pack instead of an issue, just to get it out, really. But yeah, I'm up to I think the last one I got was up to issue 15, if I remember rightly, which was stage 40 something or 50 or somewhere around there. That's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm well behind. Almost 10 issues behind. Probably more than that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, well, more than that actually. 11 or 12 issues behind. But yeah, I will get that done. I will get it done. All the part works I'm doing at the moment, that is it. Like I said, there's nothing new catching my eye. But yeah, if you watch Jay, who's in the chat here, if you watch, here he is. There's Jay. I'm currently getting 2 issues a month with the Citron, hopefully 4 soon. That Citron build is really good, really good. It actually has cloth seats, and you have to put the little strings around the tension bars as well, and you actually get a key to put in the ignition to turn it on. How cool is that? That is really cool. I know lots of people are asking about things like that. Well, that Citron has it built in. Great chat. Good night. Yes, good night, John. Take care, mate. Have even was taken the Ecto down from their store yet? Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I got up to issue 15 on their shop, but now they've taken it all off, forcing you to subscribe. I have, but I've put it on hold because I just want to get everything else done before I finish it. But it is just sitting there. It's waiting, and it will get done eventually. If Emos can't send me stuff anytime soon, I'll probably have it sent to a friend in Australia and send it. Yeah. We talked about that, didn't we, Burgess? We did talk about that, saying that get it to a reship company or to a friend that can then ship it to you, because Eaglemoss won't deliver to your country, which is a bit pants. But like I said, there is a list. They did a list of countries, including the Isle of Wight, I believe, that they weren't going to send any stuff to, because something to do with that and customs and all that sort of stuff. So Citratusi will be going live hopefully mid-September, end of section. Just need to feel better. So yeah, you get yourself better soon first. But yeah, that Citron looks really good. The sort of stuff it has, the sort of stuff that a lot of people have been asking for, sort of like the cloth seats instead of the plasticky ones. The key for the ignition, that is a really nice touch. So in order to get it working, you have to stick the key in the ignition and turn it. All the lights then work, it starts up. I think that's really cool. And like I said, I know a lot of people have been asking for that sort of function on Partworks. And obviously with that, it's already built in, which is nice. But yeah, yeah, with the Ecto, I'm like I say, I'm far behind. But I will get there eventually. But I will build it eventually. I will get there eventually. I've got to. I think now I'm concentrating on the Robocop, the alien build. If they hadn't come along, I would have done the Ecto. But they have, and I'm really interested in them. And so that's what I'm doing. Oh, you've not ordered it yet. I know you keep saying, Burgess, you keep saying, I don't know whether or not to get the Enterprise. I don't know whether or not to get the Enterprise. I think you will eventually. But then it's getting it to you, isn't it? That's the other thing as well. It's getting it to you because of Eaglemoss and everything else. But yeah, I massively want to do the Enterprise, obviously, and the Alien and the Robocop. They're sort of like priority, if that's the word. But obviously now they're doing the Dodge Charger, obviously, and the Iron Man when it comes out. I'll be doing them. I'll be doing them as well on the news agents. Just because I think it's nicer just to go to the news agents. I mean, the last one I bought was obviously the Terminator, and my news agent guy was like, "Are you going to be coming in for any more?" I was like, "I don't think there's any more coming out." Then the Dodge Charger dropped, and then I was like, "Oh, I've already got up to, or already getting that, I should say." So I said there should be other ones coming out that I want. So he said that's okay. I'll put them aside for you when they do. So the Iron Man, I've cancelled my Iron Man. Like I said, I cancelled that. It's worth noting that the Iron Man and the Dodge Charger are cheaper if you're looking to save money. They're cheaper from the newsagents. Yeah, newsagents is best. Yeah, it is because you can keep track of stuff. Though it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes when they haven't got an issue in stock and you have to wait. That can be a bit frustrating. But I know people get that when you subscribe. I know people get that when you subscribe anyway. You get a different issue or an issue not there, or there's always problems. So you don't get any different than if you get from the newsagents. But you do save money. Now, like I said, if you're because the reason I cancelled my Iron Man is because I'm going to get it from the newsagents. I did ask them if it was coming out. They basically said it was, but not yet. The reason is because I'm quite savvy, so I always look for the cheapest way to get stuff and to save a little bit here and there. So you save getting it from the newsagents. The reason is because you don't pay postage. So you pay £1 each issue for postage. You're paying £4 postage each delivery. But obviously in the newsagents, you don't do that. So you're actually saving over the whole build 100 and on the Dodge Charger you would save £110, and the Iron Man is 100 issues, so you'd be saving £100 over the whole build. So you would be £100 better off basically if you bought it in the newsagents. Yes, you don't get the free gifts, and I think what is it the posters you get, and then it's a cap, isn't it? Then a power bank, which I wouldn't use, and I can't remember the other one. Obviously, as well, for the premium gift, you get the stand, but I'm not entirely bothered about that. But once again, I reckon I could probably pick one of them up. Hang on a second, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. It's got very dark. It's gotten very dark. That's better. Jeez, I was disappearing in the dark there. But yeah, like I said, if I'm always looking at, I mean, I don't have to worry about the money or whatever, but I'm quite savvy. So I do like saving money where I can. And like I said, with the Dodge Charger and when the Iron Man comes out, you would save money because like I said, you wouldn't get the free gifts, but you wouldn't have to pay a delivery charge. You don't pay that. So, like I said, you would be saving money over the long term. So, and normally the free gifts ain't really that good, to be fair. Well, that's what I find anyway. Burgers, my current plan is to wait until I get the Eleanor and Ecto 1 going again for a bit. Then I'll see the Enterprise is still fresh. The Ecto isn't. Yeah. You know best, you know. Alex, the free gifts ain't that great. No. Would much prefer a screw box and a decent screwdriver for each build. Yeah. A decent screwdriver. Yeah, one that doesn't rounded or actually fits the screws. Because they give you a standard screwdriver, but what you find, don't you, is you have about 4 or 5 different screw heads, and they won't fit one, or it's too big or too small, and it's just Citroen free gifts are so screwdriver set, free posters, mug, no, but they always seem to do. I always seem to find this, so they always do a T-shirt. Every build always tends to do a T-shirt, a mug, or a cap. They're like the free standard gifts, aren't they? And like I said, they're not normally very good. Remember, they're free, so they're sort of just, oh, here you go, thank you for subscribing, sort of thing. And obviously the stand you're paying for anyway. What is it? Is it £1 or £2 extra an issue to get the stand, which lights up, which is huge. Well, yeah, Kirsch, yeah, T-shirts never fit. I mean, they don't do them for the husky fella, do they? They always do them for like, they're always extra. They say extra large on it, but you know they could fit your 5-year-old, but like perfect. You know what I mean? Alex, not like the screwdriver set we got. Oh, don't get me started on that Terminator one. Jesus. Do you know what? I was sorting out all my screwdrivers the other day, and I found it. Remember the Terminator 3 screwdriver set that we got? I think it had a pair of tweezers, didn't it, and 3 screwdrivers, and none of them fit the heads or anything. They were absolutely awful, and I've never used them. I still haven't used them. I still got it down there now, but I still haven't found a screw that they fit. Yeah, they don't fit any screws on the Terminator, so I don't even know what the purpose of those were. But you know, I always have a PH1, PH0, and a PH00 on hand, and use what fits the best. Yeah, I do like the free ones, and I've got quite a few of them. And I always, if one doesn't work, I'll grab another one, that one. But I do have a screw set as well, which has got loads of little bits in it as well, different sizes. But the free ones do work for certain ones, and it's good to have like a variety. So I've got ones from when I built the R2D2 that I still use. They're pretty good. The only problem I find is that they demagnetize really quickly. Obviously, you can magnetize them again by rubbing the magnet over, but I find that they demagnetize very quickly. So yeah, there's that. The screwdriver set is a really cheap, and loads of cheap heads. Bin job. If you want a display case, it's an extra €1 from issue 4. Yeah, look, that's another thing, isn't it? With a lot of the cars, they do the display cases, and then you have to pay an extra issue, so that's more money. And would you really? You've got to find a place to put the car, and then you've got to find a place to put the case as well. And the cases are normally huge, obviously much bigger than what you really need. And then you've got to find a place to put that as well. So there's all that. But yeah, like I said, I don't really I don't care for the stands and stuff like that. If it's part of the main build, that's fine, like the Terminator was. But I wouldn't pay any extra for the extra base, if you know what I mean. And that's the only thing really. Like I said, the free gifts tend to be a bit pants, don't they? But yeah, like I said, I'm always looking for ways to get stuff a little bit cheaper, a little bit Del Boy. And but yeah, you will save if you do get it from the newsagents, the Ironman or the Dodge Charger. You will be saving money. You'll be saving £1 an issue because that's how much they charge. So even with their first, I think their first delivery is free. So issue 1 and 2, and then after that you pay £1 an issue. So you're already paying more than you would in newsagents. But you know that is the nature of it, I suppose. Jay, I use screwdrivers are brilliant, comfortable as I have. Yeah, feeble stuff. Yeah. There's some really nice sets out there, I have to say. But yeah, I've had blisters on my hand before trying to screw stuff in and getting frustrated. Yeah, they were the best. Yeah. The wear ones. Yeah. I tend to find that if they're free, they're not very good, are they? Really. And a lot of you got to think a lot of the free stuff they give you, the companies themselves haven't paid a lot of money. So I think the plasma rifle for the Terminator, and that was that a free gift or was that an extra payment? I think it was actually a free gift, wasn't it? If I remember rightly, it was a free gift. I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. And you. Yeah, stabbed myself as well a few times with the screwdrivers. You know what it's like when you're screwing like this and then it slips and goes into your finger and you've got a screwdriver sticking out of it. Yeah, that's happened a few times. Yeah, I think that's just like the horror stories, isn't it? It's like the slipping, like catching skin and bleeding. It's all part of it, I think. But that's it for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for supporting the channel and everything else. I don't know what's coming out tomorrow on my channel because I haven't got a Robocop here, but it will be something. Tuesday will be the Enterprise build. Wednesday obviously be the Alien build, issue 9. And that's it really. That's the part work side of things. And there'll be a random video on Thursday. My live Patreon video on Friday. But yes, hello everyone. Goodbye. See you later, Alex. If you have a look at my videos, I'll see a while here. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go now. Thank you for watching. And obviously, we will see you at the next.